Don't know if I can find my way out. I'm stuck in a prison of doubt. In this torsion, and everything is growing up tight. There's no room to breathe. And nobody is watching at night. Who wanna rise up? Need a friend to shake me out again. Need a friend to shake me out again.
You gotta know how to jack this. You gotta play this game rough, you know what I mean? In, out, get, grab, bonk.
You need to diversify your bonds, nigga.
Right to jail, right away.
You gotta know how to jack this. You gotta play this game rough, you know what I mean? In, out, get, grab, bonk.
You need to diversify your bonds, nigga.
I regret nothing. The end.
You ready?
I was born ready. I'm Ron Swanson.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell. What are you doing here? And I live in a van down by the river.
The next day you're cold, got me second guessing what I already know. I give you love, but you ration yours. You open up just to close the door, I stay up late, trying to read your mind. I can't read your mind, but your love for rules that change all the time. Why are you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Halfway in. You hit me up when the nights get slow, but then disappear when the highs get low. I ain't your maybe. Tell me what it is, 'cause I'm way too grown to be messing with a love like this. I give you love, but you ration yours. But you ration yours. You open up just to close the door. You stay closing doors. I stay up late trying to read your mind. I can't read your mind, but your love got rules that change all the time. Changing all the time. Why are you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all that stuff to everybody. Hope you're doing well today. Thought I'd get things started with Quinn's question here. So how do we know when to do up or down? Well, we're doing a scalping strategy here, so we're more looking for movement within the market. So we're not as interested in up or down as far as picking a side early on. We're looking at the chart. We're looking at the order book. We got a bot that we're kind of testing on the screen right now, all to help us try to find scalps. And scalps are, for example, getting in at 40 cents, selling at 50 cents. Getting in at 85 cents, selling at 95 cents. That kind of stuff. So, yeah, we use Bollinger Bands and RSI and ATR as our three indicators for figuring that all out. And the bot helps us with recommendations. So I'm just in testing mode with the bot. We're trying to keep track of the paper numbers on the top. We added a stop loss into those paper numbers, so the percentage of winning will drop, but the profitability will likely increase. So we're keeping an eye on that. Both of them are mildly profitable at the moment, but I have not, to Larry's question, I did not run it overnight. I'm off grid here, so it would chew up my batteries too much to run my Starlink overnight. So yeah, I just use it, especially when it's daylight hours and the solar panels are cranking. And then at night, if I do it, I usually will run the generator to run the whole operation. So yeah, once I go to bed, I gotta kind of shut it off. I could do a virtual server, or what was it called? A remote server. I don't know what it's called, but you can use a website called Vulture, and there's a setting for like a $6 a month plan, and basically you just create a virtual server. I had it set up in Chicago, so it was right next to the Kalshi server, and you can just in your terminal, you can just basically switch over to running. You know, you can close out, and as soon as you close out on your screen, it'll start running on the virtual server, and yeah. So that's how you can run it overnight. I just don't have it set up like that yet. So yeah, these are just the numbers from last night. I let it run for a couple hours after the live, but yeah, we're just picking up with counting numbers as of right now. So yeah, Quinn, I hope that helps you a little bit. And yeah, that's where we're at. Here we go. It's been really a challenge for some reason the last couple days to get some engagement on the likes and the emojis. So if you guys don't mind, press those likes, hit those emojis. We're amazingly up over 600 subscribers now. We're at 609. Pretty amazing. I'm guessing we probably crossed over the watch hours threshold. Wait, that sounds amazing. Can you help me set that up? I can, yeah. You can probably do it on Cursor, you know, just go into planning mode on Cursor and just say, you know, but I would use Vulture, is the service I used. And there's a $6 plan, which should be plenty to run the bot offline when you've got the computer closed down. But just talk to Cursor about, hey, I want to set up, I don't think it's called, I can't remember, it's not a VPN, but it's something like that. And yeah, that allows you to kind of shut off your computer and it still runs overnight. So, but yeah, you can probably, since I'm running the live, if you want to do that, Larry, while we're jabbering here, that would help a lot, not only for you, but also for me and everybody else who's interested in that. Yeah, whatever Vulture offers, I think it's a virtual server, whatever that is. But anyway, they run it on their servers, and you just have to be logged in, and then kind of turn over control to the virtual server. But anyway, I'm not sure that that's the term that's correct. It doesn't seem right to me. But basically, yeah, so that'd be great if you wouldn't mind doing that and kind of update us on your progress. It's pretty easy. Once you have it set up, it's pretty easy. It may take a little while to get it all set up and running, but yeah, it's once you have it set up, it's super easy to do. So yeah, cool. Well, we're off and running for another day, and I'm going to check right now and see if we cross the threshold for 3,000 watch hours.
anywhere, anyway, baby, just name the time. When I'ma come through, can you get me cruising under moonlight? Top down, playing new sounds while the wind blows overhead. Checking my maps, heading a stack, keep it intact. Do me a favor, girl. Can you keep it warm for me, keep it on for me like a shower? I needed to run for me, hold it down till I'm pulling up. I finally made it, girl. And I'm at the door, see you walking up to me, and you got something that's showing what's underneath. Still you expect me to make it do pleasantries, baby, I'm yours. Love what you got on, but I want it all for you. We can play a song while I'm holding on to you. Rubbing in the hallway, no use for all the room. So what you wanna do? And she told me, she said it's all for you. I did it all for you. Baby, it's all for you. No, no, no. She said it's all for you. I did it all for you. Baby, it's all for you. No, no, no. We could catch a vibe here on this trip. I'm in your soul, you're on my head. I want you at my fingertips all night, all night. Love what you got on, but I want it all for you. We can play a song while I'm holding on to you. Rubbing in the hallway, no use for all the room. So what you wanna do? And she told me, she said it's all for you. I did it all for you. Baby, it's all for you. No, no, no.
Well, I know how you want it to seem, but we'll watch as it all plays out. From the crest of the wave that we broke upon and pulled you back into the sea, all the way down. Why'd it take all our life to explain that it's more beautiful when you're here? I remember the light when it turned around and revealed all the truth, no escape. Point blank. Say Jaybird singing something about the way things used to be. Now I'm dancing on a wire like a cheap paper tiger, strumming on a heartstring stereo to a song that no one knows, and it goes like this. Hey, hey, yeah, said it goes like this. Say la vie, oh, don't ask me, 'cause it goes like this. Yeah. So I pack my bags and I'm on my way. And all my friends are upside down, but I get around okay. Now I'm dancing on a tightrope, oh, like some silly little psycho. Only one way out of this two-lane town, and around we go, and it goes like this. Oh yeah, say it goes like this. Say la vie, oh, don't ask me, 'cause it goes like this. Oh, 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 oh. Da 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 da. Say la vie, oh, don't ask me, 'cause it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sun is falling, speed in the black. Nobody driving, we're in the back. To the end of the world. Tides will rise, tides will fall with the gravity of you. To the end of the world. Fortune teller, deck in her hand. Fool arcana lifts arms of land. The gravity of you. The gravity of you. Tides will rise, tides will fall. It'll always be true. Tides will rise, tides will fall. There's nothing we can do.
All right, another win for the good guys. And so on that one, at the 13-minute mark, the light lit up for end of market that the bot was 85% confident that it would end up down. So I didn't get in at 85 cents, but I just waited for it to drop a little bit, got in, dropped even a little bit more, got in again, and just lowered the take profit to be 10 cents away from the average of the two contracts, the two groups of contracts that I bought. So I ended up having an average of 75 cents or 76 cents, somewhere in there. So I just set it for 86, early win, done, bing bong.
All this time, I've been holding on so tight, 'cause all that I do was easy to use. So call my time, but you weren't really mine, just something to do. Thought I never knew. No surprise, but nevertheless, I'm still stuck in self-defense. No surprise, but nevertheless, I get lost when I look in your eyes. I just want to be next to your I get lost when I look in your eyes. Do you even do you even leave now, make your escape. You know the fortune favors the brave. So close, just get away. No surprise, but nevertheless, I'm still stuck in self-defense. No surprise, but nevertheless, I get lost when I look in your eyes. I just want to be next to your I get lost when I look in your eyes. Do you even do you even I get lost when I look in your eyes. I just want to be next to your I get lost when I look in your eyes. Do you even do you even
Rolling down the highway, doing 95 alone. Trying to reach you, call you, but you won't come to the phone. Remember me, said you'd be my heart's home. Guess you were biding your turn to go. Oh, I really should've known. We were dynamite till we hit a red light. Then I see the signs. Oh, after all that time, this is it for us. You don't wanna try. Thought your love was real, but it's down for us. Now you can't decide. Oh, strategy. Yeah, you switch things up, now you seem brand new to me. But was that even for? Was you playing your games? Was you really bored? No. I really should've known. Be with that and right till we hit a red light. Then I see the signs. Oh, after all that time, this is it for us. You don't wanna try. Thought your love was real, but it never was. No, you can't decide. After all this time, this is it for us. After all this time, this is it for us. After all this time, this is it for us.
So, it's a good question, Red. While I've been in bot testing mode, I've been only doing one contract. So I am starting to ramp back up slightly. I'm up to 5 contracts right now. It's still below where I would be to be doing 10% or 5% on my bankroll a day. But kind of slowly moving back toward that. A little bit more confident in the bot's abilities and yeah. So it's still the goal, but it's been a secondary, it's been in the background for about a week now. So slowly getting back to it. Basically what I found was, okay, I need to make an adjustment. Might as well do it with a bot, and have the strategy kind of be run by the bot. Because I was in bot mode anyway, trading like a bot. And so, yeah, I'm basically using the bot to run constant feedback on is the strategy profitable? And one thing I will tell you, last night it was not, but it had like 93% win rate. And then once we made the change to introducing a stop loss to the bot, both strategies became profitable, even in a difficult market where most people were struggling that day. The bot was basically, 1 cent profit per contract. So, yeah, to be profitable in difficult situations is really good, and we'll see as it goes on, and I see how it's doing. Yeah, I'll be more inclined to ramp it up toward trying to get back to that goal of 5-10% per day increase of bankroll. So it's a good question. We are going to slowly, I think, move back into more focused on the trading of it all. Has been quite a bit of bot stuff the last couple days, especially. So, but all that was because we had a couple losing days, and I was like, well, let's see if we can make some adjustments here and make some improvements and have a bot that tells us not only when the time is right, but like how the strategy is doing overall on all 4 markets. That's something to keep in mind. All those numbers on the top are for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and XRP together. So anyway, we will see how that goes. But yes, I think I am okay. We got to trade here, but yeah, I'm moving back toward more of the 5-10% goal. Yesterday was 2%, so not too bad. So welcome to all the new folks who are hanging out. So one thing that I'm working on that's a challenge for me in talking mode is, used to be that I was only trading the last 7 minutes or so. But now that we're doing both mid-market scalps and end-of-market scalps, I could be trading the whole 15 minutes. So it can become challenging for me to find the time to come in and talk just naturally. But if there are questions in the chat, I will come in and talk regardless. I can do a little bit better trading and talking with the bot's assistant, because all I see is a light up on the screen and I know I got to do something, So going to be moving more toward just when I see something in the comments, it's easier for me to talk than to type. I'll definitely come in and do that. But yeah, I hope you're doing well today. We're off to a decent start, starting this session, and starting to get slightly more aggressive on the strategy, ramping it up as my confidence in what the bot is doing grows, and my focus turns less from adjusting the bot. Now I think we're in a place where it's just time to let the bot run and give us numbers, and that'll be a week from now is when we run those numbers. But one thing I changed on the paper trading is that it's going to keep a cumulative running. It's not going to reset after 24 hours. So it's just going to keep cumulative numbers. And I kind of do that whenever I reset the bot and I'm making changes, just so I can see how those changes are doing. So anyway, just thought I'd come in and say hello. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for all the subscribers. It's been amazing to already reach 600 subscribers so early on. And there's a $1 win for the good guys. So I won on the mid-market and on the end of market on that one. Kind of doing 5 contracts today as my baseline. So I'll stay pretty consistent with that. But if the bot gives me an opportunity to like double it, because it's like giving me 2 different recommendations that kind of verify the same movement, I will get in another 5. So kind of just allowing the odds that the bot is calculating to help me step up the amount that I invest. So we'll see how it goes today. As always, the bot is just doing a strategy that is my strategy that I'm working on and always trying to improve. So as you can see right now, the Bollinger Bands are, it's riding along the bottom line of the Bollinger Bands on this 1-minute chart. So, wouldn't be surprised. We are in a very significant downturn here. It seems like Bitcoin cannot handle 65,000. Like, it just, as soon as it gets to 65,000, everybody's like, yeah, I think we're not going to go down now. So it's been like that for a few months now. But yeah, every time I check, it's 64 something, and yeah, if it hits 65, it's not there for a very long time. So yeah, it seems that Bitcoin has found its bottom, at least as of right now. It's 64 seems to be the norm. So just something to keep in mind, that there's some significant resistance at 65,000, and yeah, that's been the case for a while now. So, all right, back to trading. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Hope you're doing well.
can find my way out. I'm stuck in a prison of doubt. In this torsion, and everything is grown up tight. There's no room to breathe. And nobody is watching at night. Who wanna rise up? Need a friend to shake me out again. Need a friend to shake me out again. I don't know if I can find my way out. In this torsion, and everything is grown up tight. There's no room to breathe. Fall into the ocean. I'm reaching out, I'm reaching in. The water is rising over me. The water is rising. It's coming. I'm reaching out, I'm reaching in. The water is rising over me. The water is rising. I'm reaching. It's coming. I'm reaching. The water is rising over me. I'm reaching out, I'm reaching. It's coming in. The water is rising over me. I'm reaching out, I'm reaching. It's coming.
You say you need your space, then pull me close. I read your silence, louder than most. One day you're warm, the next day you're cold. Got me second guessing what I already know. I give you love, but you ration yours, You open up just to close the door, just to close the door.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Change all the time. Why are you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. your chest, yeah. Tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Halfway in. You hit me up when the nights get slow, but then disappear when the highs get low. I ain't your maybe. Tell me what it is, 'cause I'm way too grown to be messing with a love like this. I give you love, but you ration yours. But you ration yours. You open up just to close the door. You stay closing doors. I stay up late trying to read your mind. I can't read your mind, but your love got rules that change all the time. Changing all the time. Why are you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest, yeah. Tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Halfway in. Why you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest, yeah. Tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Halfway in.
I did it all, I played pretend. I moved the mountains to be your friend. I wanna know if it mattered. I would have gone to war for you. I would have bent the earth into
Right to jail. Right to jail. Right away.
Anyway, baby, just name the time. When I'ma come through, can you get me cruising under moonlight? Top down, playing new sounds while the wind blows over it. Checking my maps, heading a stack, keep it intact. Do me a favor, girl. Can you keep it warm for me, keep it on for me like a shower? I need it to run for me, hold it down till I'm pulling up. I finally made it, girl. And I'm at the door, see you walking up to me, and you got something that's showing what's underneath. Still you expect me to make it do pleasantries, baby, I'm yours. Love what you got on, but I want it all for you. We can play a song while I'm holding on to you. Rubbing in the hallway, no use for all the rooms. So what you wanna do? And she told me, she said it's all for you. I did it all for you. Baby, it's all for you. No, no, no. She said it's all for you. I did it all for you. Baby, it's all for you. No, no, no. We could catch a vibe here on this trip. I'm in your soul, you're on my head. I want you at my fingertips all night, all night. Love what you got on, but I want it all for you. We can play a song while I'm holding on to you. Rubbing in the hallway, no use for all the rooms. So what you wanna do? And she told me, she said it's all for you. I did it all for you. Baby, it's all for you. No, no, no. take all our life to explain that it's more beautiful when you're here. I remember the light when it turned around and revealed all the
So that was a good one, good example of when to sit out. Too close. The bot thought for sure it was going to go down there at the beginning. It kind of just stayed right around the strike the whole time. Kind of diabolical. Good one to just, yeah, kind of just next. Moving on. So, hope you're doing well today. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. Chat is super quiet today. We definitely feel it when Serge and Larry are doing other things. So, if you have any questions, just let me know. Otherwise, I will. What's up, Carlos? I'm going to warn you, it's a little dicey, the market right now. So, we'll see. But yeah, just a heads up. I'm profitable on the day, but that one right there was real dicey. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. Hopefully Carlos can take up the slack in the chat. I think Serge and Larry are doing other things at the moment. So, but yeah, it's good to have everybody here. If you're new to the channel, we're trying to create a community. Well, we're not trying. We're creating a community that's dedicated to learning more about investing, especially predictive markets, and very specifically the crypto 15-minute markets on Kalshi. All right, just keep swimming. I appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing. We don't really do up or down recommendations in the chat. That's why I gave you the right to jail meme. But yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for joining us. We're mostly here to learn, share our experience of what we're learning about, and to answer your question, Carlos, the bot is doing well, but we made some changes to the tracking, so the winning percentages are lower. But this is the key thing to take away, is that with a stop loss, both are profitable. So that's the key thing, is if you basically, and what it's doing right now is basically a 50% stop loss. So if I'm getting in at 85, I'm getting out at like 42. If I'm getting in at 40, I'm getting out at 20 for the stop loss. So the paper trading right now is using a stop loss, so the numbers, the win percentage will be lower, but the profitability will tend to be higher, which just kind of reinforces how important a stop loss is to any strategy, especially end of market strategy. So, all right, cool. Carlos Dos. I might have to call you something else because Carlos is an OG. So I'll have to call you Swimming or something like that, just to keep them straight in my head, because I think we have 3 or 4 Carloses in our community already. So I'm gonna have to. Can you answer my question, please? Hey, man. I do my best to get to them as soon as I can. I will answer your question. But you know what? I'm going to take a break and I'm going to not do that right now. Carlos Los works for me. I'll be saying your name a lot, I think, in these streams. So one syllable, always better. So we'll definitely go with Los for the OG Carlos, and I can call Just Keep Swimming Carlos. So so yeah, if it says buy up 80%, does that mean we cash at 80%? Buy up 80% is confidence level. So, take that with a grain of salt. The bot you should not be doing anything based on exactly what the bot is doing. But at this moment, while we're testing it, 83% down means that the bot is got a 83% confidence rate. Now 85% on down. So it's very close to being a sure deal for it. And so I've at this moment directed the bot to give us a highlighted box anytime that it gets above 85%. So keep that in mind, that it's just letting you know it's now 85% confident in the down position. And that will change, that will adjust. But it's something I wanted to highlight. Before, the bot was not trading before 8 minutes. It was not doing anything. It was just in quiet mode. So it wasn't making any recommendations, wasn't doing anything. But very often, these markets will move so much in the first few minutes that the probability does become high that one side will win. So now the bot will come in with a highlight anytime its confidence level is above 85%. Use that as you will. Haven't determined myself exactly how I'm going to use that going forward for strategy, but I did want the bot to give us that notification that, hey, just so you know, I'm like 85% confident, even though we're only at, 10 minutes, we're only 5 minutes in, I'm still 85% confident. Whether that proves to be correct in the long run remains to be seen. But know that at the 8-minute mark, the qualifications change. Now it has to be at least 80% confident, and the price needs to be above 85 cents. So it will always be lit whenever the confidence is above 85, but if it's below 85% confidence, it's going to wait until the price at least reaches 85. So anyway, keep all this in mind. It's an ongoing thing. We're in testing mode, so you're welcome, man. I just do my best to answer questions as quickly as I can, but I do read the chat, so if you put something up, I will read it eventually, for sure. All right, man. Well, let's get back to trading. This one's kind of underwater at the moment. Let's see if we can get a salvage here. Great question, Carlos. Let's get into that. The question is, what are main keys to watch? More than anything, I mean, we've got the bot on the screen that's making recommendations, but let's learn the strategy that I'm doing without the bot. So for mid-market strategy, the main tool we're using for that would be the chart. So we've got TradingView on the screen, 1 minute candles, because we're looking for movements that are going to change the price significantly in a small amount of time. So it's recommending down at 69 cents right now. It's really confident that this price suppression right now will eventually pay off in the other direction. So it's saying buy at 69, sell at 89. Very confident here, even though we're at 55 cents. All this, keep in mind, all of this is a bot testing its strategy and its ability to read the market and all that good stuff. But that's the recommendation the bot is making right now. Probably because right now the RSI is slightly above the line. It's above the midline in the Bollinger Bands. So that's the two indicators we have on the screen right now. Bollinger Bands is what these three lines are right now. That kind of tells you where there's likely to be resistance. So if it hits the top line, it's going to want to bounce in the other direction. If it hits the bottom line, it's going to want to bounce in the other direction. So yeah, and everything is always kind of moving toward the middle. Like, you know, this blue line is kind of the ongoing average of where we are. And the market tends to revert back toward that midline. So we're using that. We're keeping an eye on that. And RSI is a very similar thing. If it gets to the top of the shaded area, it's going to want to bounce back down. If it gets to the bottom of the shading area, it's going to tend to want to bounce back up. And you can look back in the history of those indicators and just see, you know, sometimes it rides along the side of the indicator, of the lower band or the upper band. But eventually, and very often, it will bounce off that line and head in the other direction. So the bot was, yeah, that was a great scalping opportunity right there that the bot identified. So, yeah, you could have gotten in at like 50 cents, and it was recommending 20-cent scalp on a 69-cent entry, I think. So you could have said take profit at 89 cents, got in at 45, you know what I mean? So we shall see how good the bot is in general. I'm tending today to just follow whatever the bot is telling me to do just for testing purposes. But yeah, so we're reading the chart. We're looking at that. More than anything, we're looking at how much time is left. And then that white box on the screen, which I need to maybe refresh and get back on the screen. But that white box that's in the Kalshi area, that's the real-time index, which is frozen and needs to be updated. So that's the real-time index, and that's what the price on Kalshi will react to the most. So really, we're looking at how much time is left, what kind of movement are we expecting to have happen here, and is it likely to influence the price on Kalshi? So yeah, man, that was an all-time winner scalp right there. Okay, good. Thank you, Carlos, for the question. I appreciate you. And Maddie, yep, that was the scalp of the day right there. And I don't mind missing stuff like that because really I'm here for the chat, and I appreciate all of you who are hanging out. Appalachian says, do you think this bot could be adapted to the hourly markets? Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, same. you would use different, you might use different charts depending on what you're doing. But scalping, you just want the bot to be programmed to, if it's close enough to the strike and you see a movement coming, you know, advise getting in, you know. Now, if it's at 5 cents, 5% probability, and it's thinking it's going to go up slightly over the next hour, you know, maybe not, you know, maybe not there. But you have to just work that into the bot. I think we have done that. The bot is taking into consideration how much time is left, what the indicators are saying, you know, where the price is, what the target is. All that stuff is being computed in real time. So it's running all those numbers constantly to try to find a place to get in. Now, let's talk about the numbers so far. We do have a stop loss in the paper trading that we're tracking on the top of Bleep Blorp there. So strategy A, which is the mid-market scalping strategy, is winning at about a 69% rate. But because it has a stop loss, it is profitable slightly. So that could probably be tweaked, probably be improved. But right now, because it has a stop loss, even though it's only winning 70% of the time, it's still profitable, which again is just a great reminder of why you need a stop loss in your strategy. The end of market scalp is 86%, and these are both low percentage for what I want. I don't want it to be this low for either one. But even with that only 86% win rate, it's still profitable at over 1 cent per share invested over the whole 72 markets that it's done so far. So both the strategies are profitable at the moment, and we'll see. I'm going to let this run for a week and just let it work the numbers. Let it, like, you know, run through a variety of different markets and see how it goes. But yeah, we're reading the order book. If we're trading, we're not just relying on the bot. We also have to use the big brain that we have on our shoulders that, like, okay, how much time is left? Yeah, what's going on in the chart? What does the order book look like? You know, scanning the whole range of stuff to see how confident am I in that position. So anyway, all that being said, for this strategy of scalping, the chart is super helpful. Yeah. I appreciate your info and commentary. Thank you so much, Matty Ice. We appreciate you sharing this info and your experience. May God bless you, for real. All right, thank you so much, Carlos. Jay says, is the stop loss manual or auto? So I wish that Kalshi provided you could set up a stop loss ahead of time. The best you can do right now is set your take profit. That'll sit on the board because it hasn't reached that price yet. And yeah, I have to do it manually. And basically, I'm trying to do 50%. So if I get in at 85, I'm out at 42. So once I get in, I set my take profit from that 85 entry at 95. I'm always doing 10 cents on high probability. You can do more if you want, but I just do 10 cents. Once I have that set at 95, I go in and I edit it, change the price for me to 20, so that when I press the button, that's my manual stop loss, is just pressing confirm. It won't give me the price of 20. It'll give me the best price available at the moment I click the button that's above 20 cents. And I do 20 cents because that's my, like, lottery ticket moment where I'm like, if it goes below 20 cents, I just want to hold on and see if I get a lottery win, you know. But the system will give you the best price available above that number. So more than likely, if my stop loss is, 42 cents, as soon as I see 41 cents, I'm pressing the button. I'm likely to get, 30 something to 40, somewhere in there, not the 20 that I have in there. So I would love for Kalshi to have a stop loss on predictive markets. They do have it on perpetuals, and I think they have to have it on any trading like that. But they don't have the stop loss currently on as an option auto ahead of time. So you got to kind of be ready and do it by hand. So Eric says, what bot is this? So this is a bot that I built 2 days ago, and so we're testing it right now. We call it lovingly Bleep Blorp, and it's a scalping, it's been programmed to be a scalping bot. We're just in testing mode. So we've got paper trading on the top that gives us our stats on how we're doing. And then we've got the spot and strike price. So the spot is the current price. The strike is the target price. And where are we at above or below. Then we've got where the prices are for up and down on the bid and ask. And then the indicators that we're using for this strategy. So Stoch, RSI, Bollinger Bands, and ATR are the 3 ones that we're using. We do have a recommend here, 43 to 63 on the up. I'm always slightly hesitant of the up. Maybe because ever since I've been in watching crypto for the last year, it's always down. It seems that way, at least. So let me get back into trading. I'm going to turn off the mic for a second and just focus on the trading here.
Bring me into golden sunlight. If I'm going with you, I know we'll get to the other side. Sinking in, I know this feels right.
to remember it. Then I see my bed is empty on one side. Back in the sheet, the only place I can hide. In the morning,
I mean, good for you, Maddie, for hanging in there with that one. That seemed real dicey to me, but yeah, it did pay out in the end. So the bot got that one right eventually. It was a nail biter though, for quite a while. So yeah, congrats on that one. And yeah, so we're moving back up 70% win rate on the mid market, and we're still at 86%. Both of them are like over 1 cent per contract profitable, even with the stop losses and all that stuff. So that's good. We like to see that. That's a good sign. So in and out. Okay, good.
You gotta know how to jack this. You gotta play this game rough, you know what I mean? In, out, get, grab, bonk.
You need to diversify your bonds, nigga.
just a little. Take me along the way. Won't you visit? Won't you stop by to stay? I'm a better man with your love than without. In the cell, I may never make it out. And in the morning, I'm wondering how I'm gonna get through the night. I'm sick and weary. Only your love's gonna make it right.
Yeah, so hard pass for me on that one, and the bot did well to not make an end of market prediction for that one. It's only going to do it here in the last minute, but in general, I do not invest in the last 2 minutes. Usually I'm out by the 3-minute mark. I try to avoid the end of market chaos, especially when it's this close at the end, and it's been this close on this market the whole time. So that's up to you if you want to roll the dice with end of market when it's like last minute, but I tend to avoid it. It's not a great fit for my personality. Little too exciting for me, so I try to avoid heavy excitement when it comes to investing. So yeah, I appreciate everybody hanging out here. We got like 18 people in the room now. So if you want to hit the like and spam the emojis, that's up to you, but it's really appreciated if you do. We're here to just learn more about investing, especially predictive markets, and specifically the crypto 15-minute markets is our main focus. I'm live twice a day from like somewhere between noon and 4 p.m. Pacific for the afternoon session, and between 8 p.m. and midnight for the evening session. These are all Pacific time. I'm in California. So, yeah, we're here to learn, to provide supportive, kind space. We may, the extent of my giving people a hard time is when they come in and just ask, is it up or down, which is basically all the Kalshi comment section is that I will play a meme right to jail if that comes up. That's about the most unkind thing we do on here. But overall, we're just trying to provide kind space to come together, learn, and ask questions. And I'll do my best to answer. If I don't know, I don't know, and I'll let you know that. And yeah, I'm not a financial expert. I've been trading this market for about a year now, and tried a number of different strategies. Had to pay my tuition, learn the hard way on what didn't work, and so I've come up with a kind of a scalping strategy, and we're just trying to fine tune that strategy. And the bot that I have programmed that's on the screen is helping to give feedback and support on especially the mid-market scalp, when to get in on that. It's looking at the chart, and it's looking at the volatility and seeing if it's likely for the price to raise a certain amount to get a scalp. So yeah. What part of Cali? I'm in Northern California. I'm in the Redwood Forest on the coast, basically the Oregon border, but about 4 miles from the ocean, and sitting among the Redwood Forest, off grid with my living in a van down by the river kind of thing. I got my RV on my property here. I'm building structures and stuff like that. It's too hot for me to do building at the moment, so I'm mostly just in chill mode. But when the weather's correct, I go out, and in between sessions, I do some building on my property here. So yeah, when I'm not trading, I'm either recording music or building something on my property. So, but I fell in love with this market, predictive markets in general, but especially the crypto 15 minutes. I fell in love with that about 6 months ago, I would say, and I've just been spending most of my time doing it. I saw that there wasn't much content on YouTube, especially regarding this specific market, but even like live trading Kalshi, there just wasn't much available. So I decided, hey, I can do that. Yeah, my tuition has been paid with interest. Yeah. Here to check out the next level testing, a bot theory strategy. Yeah. Orange County, Southern California. Yeah, I've lived all over for 10 years, 10 to 12 years. I lived in my RV and just traveled around the West with my solar panels and my the Starlink is a recent addition, but yeah, I've been off grid, kind of traveling around, and I finally found a place here in the. I don't know. It's kind of ideal for me, especially as an old guy. I basically am wearing a hoodie 11 and a half months out of the year. It's always like 70 or less here, and in the winter it just rains. It doesn't really get cold that much, so I don't know. I like it here. It's really nice, peaceful. My property is like full of trees, and yeah, I'm just sitting here in the shade. My solar panels are in the sun, but I'm in the shade. And Starlink has a decent view of the sky, so I'm able to do these lives. So, yeah, I really enjoy these markets in particular. We are going to start doing on Ethereum Thursdays, so that's tomorrow, right? And then Solana Sundays. And maybe we'll do XRP at some point, I don't know. But for now, we're mostly focused on these crypto markets. That being said, the high probability end of market scalp, I think, can be applied to sports, really anything. And that would be basically if you see a position above 85 cents, buy it and scalp 10 cents and do a take profit at 10 cents and do a stop loss at 50% of your investment. You can absolutely do that on pretty much anything. I do find sports to be, I don't know, maybe it's just a bias I have in my mind. I do find sports to be a little bit more random. There are comebacks. There are, baseball teams do score 5 runs in an inning, all that being said, I think the high probability scalp is applicable to a lot of different markets. So, well, I'll stop jabbering. We'll get back into trading mode. But if you have any questions, just let me know. I'm definitely here to answer any questions you have as honestly as I can. And yeah, more than anything, we're just here to grow as people and investors, and hopefully learn some things along the way.
I don't know if I can find my way out. I'm stuck in a prison of doubt. In this tiny shell, and everything is growing up tight. There's no room to breathe, and nobody is watching at night. Who wanna rise up? Need a friend to shake me out again. Need a friend to shake me out again. I don't know if I can find my way out. In this tiny shell, and everything is growing up tight. There's no room to fall into the ocean. I'm reaching out, I'm reaching in. The water is rising over me. The water is rising. It's coming. I'm reaching out, I'm reaching in. The water is rising over me. The water is rising. I'm reaching. It's coming. I'm reaching. The water is rising over me. I'm reaching out, I'm reaching. It's coming in. The water is rising over me. I'm reaching out, I'm reaching. It's coming in.
your space, then pull me close. I read your silence, louder than most. One day you're warm, the next day you're cold. Got me second guessing what I already know. I give you love, but you ration yours. You open up just to close the door. I stay up late, trying to read your mind. I can't read your mind, but your love got rules that change all the time. Why are you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? You hit me up when the nights get slow, but then disappear when the highs get low. I ain't your maybe, tell me what it is, 'cause I'm way too grown to be messing with a love like this. I give you love, but you ration yours. You open up just to close the door. You stay closing doors. I stay up late, trying to read your mind. I can't read your mind, but your love got rules that change all the time. Why are you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Why you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in?
So as far as the bot goes, at this point, we're still waiting for this channel to be approved for memberships and super chats and all that stuff. We have now crossed the threshold. We've got over 3,000 hours of watch hours, and we're over 500 subscribers, so that should be coming pretty soon. So once the bot is tested, I'm super confident with it. I'm willing to believe that it could run on its own and be profitable. I will share that with people who are members of the community. Again, you can't do that right now because that's not something you can invest in. But once it's available and once the bot is solidified and tested, and I'm 100% confident with it, that could take weeks, months, I don't know. But eventually I will offer it to people who are members of the channel. I'll just email it to you with instructions from AI as to how to implement it on your computer. So, yes, I hear you, sweetheart. I got a cat asking for some food right now. Hold on. I'll be with you momentarily. Is that okay? Okay. I can't believe I've become a cat dad. I got 3 cats that hang out with me now. So the other thing is, you can definitely build a bot yourself, and I'll definitely answer specific questions about that. When Larry gets back in the chat, he can guide you through it as well, because he just did it. He watched me. There is a live where I built this bot, the beginnings of creating it. You can watch it. You can go find it. It's not like labeled anything specific, so it may be a little bit more challenging to find. But it's a different stream than what I normally do, so the visuals will look completely different. That was probably 3 days ago, something like that. You can watch me building this bot, but you can also ask questions, talk to Larry, who has been building a bot based on my videos, and he's been working on it. and he'll tell you it's not that hard. I'm not sponsored by Cursor. You can use other sites, but Cursor works for me. It's a $20 a month investment, and you've got AI that's designed to create code. It's very good at it. I highly recommend that site, and I think Larry would probably do the same thing. I think Larry's going to become our ambassador of bot technology, or because he has implemented it himself, and he's not me, so he's a third party that can verify that you can definitely do it. You can definitely build a bot and come up with a strategy. We do have a buy recommendation. Let me focus on trading for a moment here. So that scalp did hit. I just was it's okay. I'm too focused on the chat, but that's what I'm doing as host. My trading is secondary to answering questions and being a good host. So if I miss something sometimes, that's okay. But yep, that mid-market scalp hit. We're up to 71% hit rate on the mid-market scalp with an average of 1.1 cent profit per contract. So that's even with the wins and the losses, it's profitable. And then end of market, 67 out of 78. That's kind of a rough percentage for that strategy. Only winning 86% of the time, but it's still profitable with the stop loss. The stop loss for end of market that I have is 49 cents. So it's not 50%. It's more like 55 or 60, something like that. So, but yeah, it's still profitable at 1.3 cents per contract. So these are decent numbers for a beginning bot strategy, and we'll dial those in over time. So, all I would say is take the recommendations the bot is giving with some caution. It's, you got to be ready to do the stop loss if you're going to do these and be profitable. But I would argue that's kind of the case anyway, all the time. So I understand the 80%. How far from the line are you looking for? So I understand the 80%. So the 80% confidence level is that threshold. That's what you're saying, I believe. It's 75% for mid-market scalp. And we're just playing with those lines because they are a formula that the bot is coming up with. And we just want to find the number that equates to profitability, So, again, take that confidence level also with some caution because we're just playing with that right now. But the bot takes into consideration volatility, how much time is left, and how far away from the strike it is. So how far from the line depends on the market conditions at that moment. If it's really quiet and there's not much movement, like we kind of have that going on right now most of the time, the bot will adjust to how much volatility there is, what the chart is indicating, and how much time is left. So it will calibrate based on volatility as to how far away from the target line. Now it's very legitimate for you to say, well, I just don't want to get in if it's less than $20 away, or whatever it is. That's a legitimate, but I have worked that in to the equation. And so hopefully the bot is taking all that into consideration. It seems that it is, but that's why we're in testing mode, just to make sure. So yeah, that is part of the equation. Calibrating for volatility, how much time is left, and how far away it is. So I hope that helps. Yeah, that was the answer I was looking for. Thanks. All right.